Welcome to the Abundant Life Podcast, bringing you encouragement and challenging believers to spiritual change and growth by applying biblical principles to everyday life. And now your hosts, Saso Mendez and Ben Ariano.
Welcome, everybody, to the Abundant Life Podcast. This is episode number 70.
Yeah, 70 episodes in the books.
Wow. I'm good.
It's a lot.
I'm here with my good friend and faithful servant in the faith, Saso Mendez.
Hello, hello.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
And today we've got a special guest with us once again. I feel like this is a trend. We're interviewing a lot of people. But today we have Kristi.
With a K.
Welcome.
With a K and two eyes.
Special K.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What has two eyes and can't see?
me.
Kristi. All right.
I wear contacts.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I don't wear them, but yeah, I need them.
This is Saso, by the way.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
You're Charles. I thought it was Charles.
Chasso, where are you at?
That's Ben.
Yeah, Ben. BJ, whatever. Besso. What?
Oh, man. We get confused often. People confuse me for him, and we're often referred to
what?
as,
Confuse you too.
yes.
That's what I'm
100%
saying.
now,
Like,
I know.
Ben's like 5'10", I'm 5'5".
I'm a couple of melanin shades
Yeah,
lighter.
I'm
you
pretty
know.
dark. You know what I mean?
So,
I got a smile in the nighttime.
But yeah, we typically get confused.
Yeah, no.
I think people are lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I might be able to. No, I don't see it. Sorry.
They're like, oh, it's a Mexican. It's either Ben or Saso. 50-50 chance here.
Or Charles, and Charles isn't
Yeah,
Mexican,
Charles
which is
is
funny.
Mexican. Yeah.
I think I might be a little bit like darker than you,
you
like
dark?
tan wise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I'm not Mexican or Hispanic or anything like that.
Yeah, I need to get outside more.
Yeah, Rebecca, no doubt. Rebecca's like a fluorescent bulb. You know, I gotta tell her to cover up.
Oh, man.
Comes in handy to glow in the dark though.
Yeah, I can't sleep at night. Like, get under the sheets, please.
You get the little,
I can't see.
what do they call them? The little eye cover, whatever.
Yeah.
Razzie sleeps with
A
those.
sleep mask.
A sleep mask.
Does he really?
He does. I don't know. It's kind of weird because he has like blackout.
I know.
shades.
It's dark in there.
It's super dark, but he still wears them. I don't know. He takes them on vacation. Like he takes them everywhere he goes.
I know. My house, I want blackout, but Rebecca likes because the sun comes in, I wake up, and I prefer like it to be dark, but she's like, no, I like the light coming in.
Yeah, we black out too. I don't like light. I can't sleep.
Well,
with
she sleeps on her face and has the pillow over her head, so she can't see anything anyway. So I don't know what she means when she says I like the light. Like, I've never met anybody that puts a pillow on top of their head.
You sure she does? You're not doing that like in the middle of the night?
No.
All right.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how does she breathe?
No, I don't know.
Oh, no.
That's pretty wild. I mean, like, you have the massage beds and they have a hole in it, so you put your face in that. And that's actually that's pretty comfortable, actually. I didn't mind. I got a massage recently and it was pretty nice. I enjoyed it. And I could breathe. But if you're just, I don't know.
I'm not claustrophobic, but I would definitely be claustrophobic with a pillow over my head.
I'm not claustrophobic, but I don't know. I just feel like you're going
But I prefer to put the pillow under my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 99.9 people in the world. you know?
Right.
She's the outlier for sure.
So Taco Talk, we talk a little bit about food and maybe some things we've consumed this past week. Saso, you got anything good this week?
I did have Matt's twice because Rebecca's not here, so hash browns, omelet with cheddar cheese,
Yeah, dude. I do
bacon,
like Matt's.
chorizo.
Yeah, we had Matt's as well. I think once did we do twice? No, we did once. We had Cracker Barrel once this week.
Well, we had Matt's together right on Friday.
Right. Oh, so since last Friday.
Yeah,
correct.
we pre-mealed
Correct.
FTL, we had to get ready.
And then Sunday.
And Sunday, yeah.
And then Saturday I had Cracker Barrel. That was pretty good too.
What'd you get, Mama's pancakes?
Mama's pancakes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Good choice.
Crunchy, I like them.
Oh, a little crispy.
You
You,
know,
can put nuts in there too. Did you know that?
I think you told me one time. I have not done that yet. But you can get their syrup, which is 100%. Well, it's not 100% maple. I think it's cane sugar plus maple syrup.
Okay.
But it is real maple syrup. I'm kind of a syrup snob. That's why I like Matt's, because it's real syrup.
Yeah.
But
It's from the tree in Vermont.
Those pancakes at Matt's are pretty legit, though.
I shouldn't have had it, but yeah, it was like I was so full. And I took a nap. You're supposed to walk after a meal. I just took a nap and right to my hips. It was terrible.
Yeah, we did the same thing. Well, so what's your,
Hyperglycemia.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah, thanks.
So what's your poison? What your
All food.
all food?
Yeah,
Okay,
I like food.
Okay. Anything particular, like a favorite, like if celebration, birthday, anniversary, hey, this is was
Death row, last meal.
that too?
Man, it'd probably be steak if it was my last meal. Steak
Okay,
and potatoes.
okay.
I'm not a big sweets person. Like, not big on cakes and cupcakes and candy and all that.
I would agree with that.
You never have. But yeah, I'm definitely a steak and potatoes or meat and potatoes kind of person.
So where are you getting steak at? Like what a restaurant or is there a special place you go to for?
Denny's?
Store.
Oh, okay. So you cook your own, you make your own steak. You grill
Yeah.
it. Like how are we preparing this?
I marinate it
Okay.
and then I put it in the oven.
Okay.
It's like a cliffhanger.
Okay.
I marinate it.
Do you
Oven.
so do you sear it? Do you sear it prior to the oven, or do you just straight into the oven?
No, because I probably shouldn't be using my grill because last time I left the propane on
Oh.
or that big tank. Yeah. So that wasn't great, but no, I used the
Like the broiler.
yeah, thank you. Broiler.
Yep.
That
yep,
makes it good.
Yep.
Like, so what's your cut? Like what's your favorite cut of meat?
Whatever's on sale. Like,
Okay.
I mean,
The VIP fries price. Like one day left, it's gonna go bad.
right.
It's starting to look a little green. Like yeah.
I got a lot of mouths to feed. So yeah. Pretty much.
Like ribeye, but you have no limitation here. What are you? You're going to steak 44.
Yeah. What are you ordering?
I can picture it in my head. Can't think of the name of it. It's the most tender cut of meat. I've only had it once in my life though. The
It's like filet mignon.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, with
Yep.
the bacon wrap.
ew, no.
Really?
Bacon would ruin it. I like bacon like crispy by itself, but not on.
Not on your steak.
No.
They typically wrap it, right? I mean, it's because it's a little fillet, and they typically it's pretty thick, pretty fat.
I don't care for filet mignon. It's a little too. There's no
Lean.
fat in
Yeah,
it.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
lean. Yeah. Diane used to love that, and then I got her turned on to ribeye, and ribeye is just
It's like a pork steak. I love a pork steak.
well, it's just there's so much fat in it. It's marbled, and so it's just so juicy. It's so good.
Oh. How can you chew that? Like it's
It just
slimy.
it
I'm
just-
a texture person. I can't do
It
it.
kind of just melts.
Yeah, Rebecca cannot stand fat.
No.
She gives it to me, and I'm like,
I cut it all off.
Depends how it's prepared too. You know what I mean? Like it could be chewy fat, or it just. But if you cook it right, like it just.
I feel like it's a challenge though. Like I'm gonna win. Like with the fat, I just keep chewing it and chewing it and chewing it. Like we'll see what's up. And
Right.
The
Yeah.
jaws hurt. You're like, it's still tasty. But I always say Texas Roadhouse for the money. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse is good. Outback's pretty good.
Not
It's
big-
expensive.
Not a big Outback person.
Yeah, I think I want to say I've been there maybe once, but I don't know.
I mean, one time I went to Denny's with Matt, and I asked the guy, like, because I used to back in the day get T-bone steak and eggs. So I asked him, "How's your T-bone steak?" He goes, "All these are premier cuts of meat."
Wow.
He brought me the steak, and then there's an O-bone. There was no T-bone. It was like in the shape of an O, like this big. It was the worst piece of meat I've ever had.
What, you were at Denny's, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but you remember like a memory for you, and then you get to be an adult, or you get older, and you're just like, yeah. Well, what was I thinking at that time? Like this is, this is weird. Why would I wear like aqua green, whatever shorts?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like it was cool, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a faux pas. Well, Matt's the one that want to go to Denny's. I'll never want to go to Denny's. Never. But Rebecca likes this new Denny's over here, and she said it's good. She gets a.
What do you guys get?
I don't get anything because I don't go with her.
Oh.
She goes with her friend.
Oh, I gotcha.
I go to Matt's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is Matt's, by the way? I've never heard
Breakfast.
Matt's Big Breakfast. Yeah. It's pretty much like all natural, all organic. Everything's homemade. Like it's really good food. It's not.
Like real butter, real syrup.
Yeah. Probably stuff cooked in olive oil. Like not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. So bioorganic, do you mean like it grows in the ground like all?
Yeah. They use local
Vegetables and-
They use local farmers here in Arizona. As far as I know.
Cage-free eggs, which I don't. Sorry, I don't care. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking about eggs, I mean, you kind of got us on the topic now. So you raise chickens, and you have a lot of eggs.
I actually have some of the most spoiled chickens probably in the state of Arizona.
Well, you bring them to FTL, so yeah, that's pretty spoiled.
And I think
Those are the bantams.
was it one time that you you bathed your chicken, like you took them a bath.
Well, yeah, they have to. I have this chicken. I call her Miss Fuzzy Britches because of the type of chicken that she is. She just looks like a puffball, and she gets really messy when she eats watermelon. It gets all in her.
Watermelon. Wow.
I'm telling you, my chickens are spoiled.
Those eggs are going to be bomb.
No wonder you're buying the VIP steak from Fry's. You got to feed them chickens. Seedless, please.
Chickens love chicken.
Oh,
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
They're little cannibals.
Oh.
You know how great a chicken would taste if all they fed was all they ate was chicken?
Yeah.
Like if a pig just ate pig? Wow.
Interesting.
Phenomenal.
I never thought about that.
It's like putting bacon on a ham sandwich. Delicious. Wow.
Wow.
Cordon bleu.
Yep.
Interesting.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So if one chicken dies, you can feed them to the rest of the chickens.
Oh no, because once they die, it's usually either like old age or I'm not sure why they died, so I'm not gonna risk that.
Oh.
They have a
Disease or something maybe, or
Yeah.
something wrong with them.
Well, one time at FTL, we had a
don't
lot
kill
of
them.
kids. And so my wife said, she paid him to come watch the kids. And he said, I walked in there and there's kids, a baby, and chickens. Like, what just happened right now? Like, what's going on?
There was a hamster last time.
Oh, yeah, that's
wow.
right.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay.
Super soft hamster.
Do you wash him as well?
No, he does his own little sand baths. Telling my animals are really spoiled.
Yeah, put him out in the rain. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Well, yeah, they go in the
That's a
rain too,
bath.
but then they get in the mud.
Okay.
They roll around. Chickens roll around in the dirt. They give themselves dirt baths.
So you have a pretty big lot, or do your neighbors appreciate your chickens?
They do because I share eggs with them.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
I kind of bribe them.
So you must have a rooster, I assume, right?
Unfortunately, we do. He's a bantam. His name is Bingo, and he doesn't know what time of day he's supposed to crow, and he lives inside because I live in the city limits,
Right.
so I can't have him outside.
Okay.
He's a nuisance.
Okay.
I love him to death, but he's a nuisance.
Like
And
2 o'clock in the morning, he's
anytime,
It's
2
like-
o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the
Peter
morning.
betrayed the Lord again. You know what I mean? He's going off.
Yeah,
This
but
rooster. Wow.
His internal clock's pretty messed up. I wonder what happened.
It
there.
is. And-
You got to take him to the Rolex shop, bro, and get that thing ready.
I know. You got to get him reorganized.
but he's only about this big, and this is about as big as he's ever going to get.
Okay.
And he thinks he is about this big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the whole rooster thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
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 El gallo.
I think I'm like 5'10" too, but I'm in reality not. It's the same.
But he's too young still, so he doesn't make the eggs fertilized. So that's good.
So, okay, so we have chickens and we have hamsters. So what else do we have?
Rats.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you raise rats or just like you have pet rats?
Well, my kids
Already live in the hood. Like I have cockroaches and I got rats, so we named
They
them.
jump the fence and steal stuff.
Yeah. Ratatouille. Ratatouille in Maryvale.
We had roof rats. Not us, but the neighbors. And they used to run around. You could see them running on the back fences. It
Is
was
that what a
really
roof
creepy.
rat? That's what
They're
they are.
huge. They look like cats.
So the other day,
Citrus trees, bro.
I'm sitting in the backyard and I'm on the phone and I look up and right across the fence I see something running. It was kind of dark though, and I saw something go right and run across. I wonder if it was a roof rat.
Could have been.
We've had squirrels before. We have rabbits in the backyard. They just come. There's a bunch of rabbits in our neighborhood.
They love citrus trees.
yeah.
Love them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so those are wild though. Those aren't like you bought those.
No.
and-
So what happened was,
okay.
the second time I think I've said that already. Good stories. So we had snakes at one point. We had ball pythons, two of them.
Wow. Okay.
And they eat rats,
Right.
live rats. And when they were eating about the medium sized one, they got that big, and they decided they were going to stop eating. One of them got sick. The other one, I don't know. She just didn't want to eat. And we had unknowingly got a male and a female rat. And when the snakes didn't eat them, they were together in the box. And then we had baby ratlets. I call them ratlets.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that's what started our my kids' breeding of the rats.
Barry White, and bam, there you go. Strangers in the night.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
My first. Oh no, that's Barry White. Sorry.
Privacy. Do not disturb.
So okay, so
So that's what I learned about Dumbo rats versus like regular rats.
Wow.
What's a Dumbo rat?
They look like Dumbo. You know Dumbo, the old movie?
The floppy ears?
Big ears. They're bigger in size and they have big ears. But
And
they're a
that's for
lot
the snake?
sweeter than the regular rats. They don't bite as
So
much.
that's what you started producing was the Dumbo rats.
Yeah, and we got rid of the snakes because I don't like snakes and I don't like feeding snakes.
So you kept
rats.
but you kept the rats.
Yeah. Now we have like a whole plantation of rats. I don't know what you call them. There's a ton of them. They live in different cages. We just had a litter that was born. They all died, so I felt really bad for the
Oh,
mom.
the litter
So
died?
yeah, so I actually bought her 3 baby rats that she took in as her own.
Like adopted?
So it is like Ratatouille.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, except they don't run around the house.
So you don't sell the rats?
I do.
Okay, so you sell them to like David.
Yeah, actually, he has bought a lot of our rats.
Resurrection Reptiles.
Wow. Okay.
Giving you a shout out
Oh
here.
wow. You didn't pay for a spot though.
No spot. Not Kenaloo Air.
It's all good. It's
Yeah,
all good.
no. Yeah. Okay, so you kind of supply them, and you're closer than where he usually
Well,
goes.
every once in a while.
Okay.
I have too many, like 20s and 30s of rats, and I'm like, hey, David, you want some
Yeah,
rats?
one is too many for me, myself, personally.
That's
but-
what my mom thinks,
yeah.
but
Okay, so we have ball python. So no more ball pythons.
no, got rid of those. I
rats?
bartered them actually for chickens.
Okay.
That's how I got chickens to begin with. I bartered.
What is a snake worth? How many chickens is that?
I ended up getting 5 chickens
Okay.
and a giant Flemish rabbit for 2 ball pythons.
People do Bitcoin. We do pythons for like, chickens. Okay. All right. I like it.
Oh
I
man.
like it.
Okay, so we got a rabbit. Okay, so what else do we have?
I have a dragon, and he has wings, so therefore I call him a dragon.
Okay.
He has a leash. He's a bearded dragon,
Oh,
but he has a
bearded
leash
dragon.
and
Okay,
that has wings on it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I thought that was funny when we went to Mexico and there were guys walking around with the bearded dragons and like people would walk up and they would pay for a picture with the. So do you do that? Do you take like photo booth with the bearded dragon?
No,
You
just with
gotta,
my
There's
kids.
a business opportunity. I'm just saying.
yeah, Tempe Town Lake, and hey,
I could just open up a petting
walk,
zoo.
Just walk around with them.
yeah, exactly.
Just have a petting zoo in my backyard.
True.
And I do have a corner lot, so it has a bigger backyard.
Okay.
The house is it's pretty small, but the backyard's a lot bigger.
So do you have any like?
I have dogs.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do you have any normal animals like a dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 dogs.
3 dogs. Okay.
Oh.
No cats.
No, they would be dead by now.
What about just one animal at a time? Like
Well, we got
threes?
one at a time.
I know, but you have
just
3
kept-
dogs.
Yeah. Well, we had one first, Lily, and then Lily needed a friend. So then we got Max, and then Lily died. So then Max needed a friend because he was sad. And then we got Rosie, and then there was my friend posted on Facebook about this litter of dogs that was going to be euthanized by the owner, taken out and shot, basically. And
Sounds
I saw how cute they were, and I was like, I'll take one. I wasn't allowed to have a lot of pets as a child, and rightly so. My brother and my dad were highly allergic, and I kept bringing home strays because I wanted to save them. So as an adult, I said I was going to get a lot of animals.
That is a lot of animals. That's a lot. You know, I think I would, if I was raising animals, I think I would want to raise like a cow because, you know, you could get some beef out of that, you know, make some tacos or, you know, steak, brisket. I mean, I love brisket.
Technically, I could eat the chickens, but they all have names, so I think there's a rule against that. You can't eat something.
But they're still
is a pet.
producing eggs, so they
Yeah.
still have value.
Yeah, they're
They
an
do, yep.
asset. They're an asset. They're not alive.
That's why they do eggs, because they're like, don't kill me. I'm still doing it.
Wow.
I'm still giving you golden eggs.
And I think you said
I have
that,
a mouse too.
Oh, a mouse.
Long story. She's a singular mouse. She was nursing some baby mice that we got because instead of giving us baby rats for the mommy rat, they gave us baby mice. And so then we needed a mom to be the mice, and then the mice died, except for her. So now we have a pet mouse.
What do you feed that?
They have mouse food.
Really?
I know, like what?
Yeah.
So does the mouse like
seeds.
kind of hang out with the hamster? Do they chill? Like
No.
the rats? Can they all intermingle or do they? You gotta.
No.
Okay, you separate them.
They're separated.
Will they eat each other?
The rats will eat the mice
Oh,
and probably the hamster.
wow,
The rats will eat the hamster?
Yes.
They're pretty big.
wow,
Our rat, most of them are Dumbos, so they're huge.
wow. Okay,
That happens it starts working. I was like prison segregation. There's races, rats, the mice, the hamsters.
Hamsters like to be alone, though.
join us Friday night at FTL. We will have rats this Friday.
Yeah.
No, I told the
Would you
kids
look at that?
there's a kitchen and they can't bring the rats. They've tried, and I was like, no. Nope. Not
I would
rats.
love to see Denise jump up a little bit when she sees one. You know what I mean? Yeah, woo. Yeah.
Oh man, it'd be like Ratatouille back there cooking, bro. He's making some. What is that? What's the dish that he made? Man, I can't remember what it's called.
It's called ratatouille.
Oh, it's Ratatouille. That's right. That's the dish. That's right.
Hence the name, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Funny.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to get into
Yeah,
content?
yeah, let's
My
jump in.
mother-in-law's already not listening.
Yeah, we probably lost a few people. That's okay though.
That's okay. Love you.
Before you get into the content, let's I want to let everybody know we are at abundantlife.fm. You can find us there and you can view our show notes. You can see our previous episodes and among other things, we have food recommendations there, although I have not updated those in a while. I think I need to get down there and update. There might even be some that aren't even open anymore. I don't know. And maybe some we need to add. Maybe some we need to remove.
Graziano's.
Yeah, I know. I miss Graziano's. Like I was pretty sad the other day. I was driving by because I was at Freddie's house, and I mean, I was just sad. I saw it's a pizzeria now, but
Love you, Keith.
I don't know.
Dude added me on LinkedIn.
Man, I'm sad.
Funny.
It was like a nostalgic place for us.
Did you ever go to Graziano's?
Nope.
If you did, you would know.
That was good. We're on social media. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, and we are and YouTube. And so, if this episode has been a blessing to you, or is going to be a blessing, hopefully it's going to be a blessing to you. Would you just go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so that you will be notified when we drop a new episode.
Hi, my name is Nicole Mercado, co-founder of Canaloo Air. We are a Christian, family-owned HVAC and plumbing contractor specializing in residential and light commercial services. From AC maintenance, repair, and full system replacement to duct cleanings, we've got you covered. Our dedication to quality service comes through our use of highly skilled technicians, commitment to educate and empower our clients to make the best decision for their AC needs, and fair and competitive pricing. So give us a call today at 602-609-3480 or visit us online at canalooair.com. That's CANILU.com. And remember to stay cool with Canaloo.
And I think that's it. So with that, Sasso, I think you have our key verse. So
Yes, we do. This is the old King James English, so forgive me if you don't roll with the King James. But the verse tonight that Kristi picked is, I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me, found in Philippians 4:13. So, Kristi, we'll let you have the floor. And why does this verse, why is this verse so impactful to you or meaningful to you?
Because that is basically the story of my life. About how God has given me strength and how he has rescued me from so many different times in my life where I shouldn't even be here today. But the biggest one was when I was in my addiction, and he pulled me out of addiction. But I guess I can go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Because back in the beginning, so I was born in the mid-'80s, we'll call it.
I like it.
Biological mom was 16. Biological dad was in his early 20s. And it was a really bad situation. I was not being taken care of. And I was passed around from family member to family member. There was abuse from my maternal grandfather. Mm-hmm. And by the age of 2, I was put up for adoption, which was a blessing. But, you know, I don't know how much you guys know about bonding when you're a child or an infant. One of the biggest periods of time where you need to bond with your parents is between like 6 months and 2 years old. And I didn't have that. Excuse me. And I didn't realize how important that was until obviously later on in life. But my parents were amazing that adopted me.
Okay.
Obviously. And was raised in a Christian home. I was raised with an older brother who was also adopted. And, you know, it was church every Sunday, not optional. We'd go to Awana's. I was in Pioneer Girls, too. You know, on Wednesdays.
Chums and guards. Or
Yes. I forgot about that one. We did that one, too. Nope.
Sparky. That's, I mean, you know, the Sparky, then you become a chum, then you become a guard. And then you go into...
I forgot all those names.
Sorry. Sometimes like a Rolodex, but...
No, I love Rolodexes. You don't ever lose power on those.
What's a Rolodex? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I was born in the 70s. Late 70s. Very late 70s.
Mid to late.
But I growing up, I never really felt like I fit in, like I belonged. I always had that piece of me that I felt like it was missing, and it wasn't Christ, because I accepted Christ into my life at 5-Day Club when I was 4 years old. And
did you know at an early age that you were adopted?
yes,
Okay.
my parents always told me,
Okay.
so I always knew.
So you always knew. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I think and this is not. I think it was right that they told me 100%. Okay. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Okay.
But the information that I wanted, they wanted me to wait till I was an adult to get, and I wanted it now because that's how I roll.
Right.
But we'll get to that later on. But I went to like mission trips when I was in middle school. I was the epitome of a nerd. I had braces, glasses, neck gear, had like one really good friend, which is good because I just needed that one really good friend. And, I got made fun of for that. I got made fun of for being adopted. Mm-hmm. And by the time I got into high school, we started going to mission trips in Mexico instead of, downtown Modesto, taking graffiti off the walls. But I always felt like I belonged. When I was doing those mission trips, I always felt like I fit in. I didn't feel like there was anything missing. In school where they make you write like stories, all of my stories, I actually have all of my stories that I wrote because my mom saved them. They are all about someone or something that didn't feel like they fit in, didn't feel like they belonged. And then by the end of the story, they had their happy ending. And it was interesting to go back and read those. And even though I had a really close relationship as close of a relationship with my parents as I could have, but I didn't have that initial bonding with them. So it was a little more strained than I feel like it would have been if I was born from them. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I started working in high school, like 2 jobs while going to school. And I was in, track and cross country. And I always wanted to be out of the house. I wanted to be independent by myself. I didn't feel like I fit in, but yet I wanted to be alone.
Yeah.
Which didn't make sense. And then I had a pretty traumatic thing happen to me when I was 17. So growing up in a Christian home, there's like 3 major rules. One is you don't have sex before marriage. The second one is you don't get divorced. And the third one is you don't do drugs. Those are like the 3 main ones. And I had planned on, saving myself till marriage. We had that true love waits thing. I had a ring. And that was taken from me. That choice was taken from me. And the guilt and shame that I carried from that was unreal. And I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want them to think differently of me. And it ended up where I fell in love with the guy. And I didn't want to ruin his life by saying anything because I knew if I said something, my parents would have filed charges. He was in his early 20s. And I was 17. And so I did my best to run. I became an EMT at 18. Started working EMS. We had a really bad call where 2 of the firefighters in our town were killed. Or one was killed. The other one was severely injured. And I held a lot of guilt from that too. So I'm, 17, 18 years old, holding on to all of this guilt and shame and not wanting to talk about it. And thinking that people aren't going to understand. So I ended up joining the military to get out of our town. I joined the Navy first. And that didn't work out. So I got sent back home. And it wasn't because I couldn't hack it. It was a long story. But I ended up joining the Army afterwards, after working at the fire department. But I had such a low self-esteem I hated myself. I had such guilt and shame that I became this person that I didn't even recognize, in the sense of any guy that showed me attention, I was all for it. And most of the time it was really bad attention. It was negative, and I was being used because I was so naive still that I didn't understand. And I was running from God too at this time because I figured he would be ashamed of me too. Because, I I wasn't married when I had sex for the first time, and I wouldn't call it that, but I when I got to my duty station when I was in the Army, they send you through reception, and there is this person who's a sergeant first class that you're supposed to talk with, and he's supposed to show you around, and he's supposed to be somebody that you can trust, right? Yeah, he wasn't. And I wasn't going to let somebody get away with it a second time. So I said something that time, and it turned out that women from past the statute of limitations were coming forward after I came forward on that one. Problem was, I had to go through a court-martial, and that was worse than the incident itself, having to testify against him, but there was 5 of us. And that was kind of like the downward spiral of my military career. I ended up getting pregnant, and I married the guy. That was my first ex-husband. And he got deployed. I was taking care of our daughter, and we grew apart. Things happened. I moved us out here to Arizona because we were both stationed in upstate New York. And we had a son, and I had back problems from being in the military. Oh, let me go back to being in the military. That's where I started my alcohol addiction. Big time. Because I was trying to cover up my guilt and my shame. And so I didn't drink to have fun. I drank to black out. I drank to not remember, because if I didn't remember, then it didn't happen. And I couldn't feel guilt and shame for something that I couldn't remember. So I quit drinking, obviously, with the kids, and moved out here. And I had a doctor that was prescribing me Percocet, like candy. That was back in the day when they were doing that. And that's when I discovered that medication made me feel nothing too. And I didn't have a hangover. I didn't get the physical addictions. I mean, I liked it and I wanted it and I took it too much. But when I stopped, I didn't have the withdrawal. And I would start and stop that because the doctor quit the practice. Anyway, I ended up getting divorced. So now I've kind of broken 2 of the rules already. And my mom actually took his side because he had told her some untruths about the divorce. And I finally came clean with her about that. And so I felt like I had somebody on my side. But, in the marriage, I felt like I belonged. I felt like I had purpose. But my relationship with God wasn't strong. I started drinking again after that divorce. It was really tough. Trying to get on my feet and take care of the kids by myself and basically starting over from scratch. And I ended up having another kid in between because I'm still looking for love in all the wrong places. And let's see, it was actually before I had her, I was drugged and raped. And then I met her dad and had a 3rd kid. And during the time I was pregnant with her, I met my 2nd ex-husband. I went from bad to worse in my marriages because my relationship with God was not there at all at this point. And I was still doing any guy that showed me attention, here I am. Okay, you showed me attention, that must mean you like me. And I was still very immature, I guess, when it came to men. And I was going to hold on to this marriage because I didn't want it to fail. But he introduced me to the world of hard drugs. I started a meth addiction. I started a heroin addiction, fentanyl, anything I could get my hands on, because I discovered that I didn't feel, and I didn't care that I didn't feel. And I didn't have those feelings of guilt and shame and hating myself at first. That came. But the relationship was abusive, mentally, emotionally, physically. This is the first time in my life I've had a gun put in my face, finger on the trigger. And it's funny, my life didn't flash before my eyes. My kids' lives did. And I was pregnant at the time, and he said, I hope you miscarry. It's the neighbor's baby. And I ended up miscarrying. And a lot of other really not great things happen. And I ended up taking him back because that cycle of abuse. You know, you get the honeymoon phase, and then they tell you everything's going to be different, and they seem like it's going to be different, and it's never different. And it took me 2 kids later. Well, I was on my second pregnancy. So when I was pregnant with my youngest daughter, I finally had the courage to leave. He was already on his next relationship, or he at least was thinking about it. And then I was on my own again. And once again, I've had another failed marriage. Now I have a drug addiction that's on and off. And I spent all of 2018 destroying my life. I had gone to nursing school. I'd graduated nursing school. I had 5 kids at this point. And I was throwing my life away. My dad was dying. And my mom and my dad moved out here. And I found out that what my dad had wasn't what he was diagnosed with. He ended up having autoimmune encephalitis instead of early onset dementia, which is curable if you catch it in time. And I couldn't handle my own life, much less watching my dad die. And I was a terrible daughter at the time. I was not helpful to my mother. I was not taking care of myself, not taking care of my kids. And I couldn't handle watching my dad go. And by the end of 2018, all my kids were removed from my custody, and rightly so. Rightly so. But that was what started me on the path to my rock bottom. Because that wasn't quite my rock bottom. But it was my, hey, pay attention. Things are getting bad. And I tried. At that point, when my kids were removed, I tried really hard to quit. I was suicidal. I would go into detox, and I'd detox for a couple weeks, get out and start right back on it because I couldn't see my life being sober. I could not picture what sobriety was anymore. And I couldn't, my brain, Satan was telling me, you can't live without this and you can't live with it, but you can't live without it. And I finally, fell flat on my face. I was like, God, you got to take this from me somehow. This is not what you want for my life. Like nobody's life should be like that, And I was lying about my drug use. So I was misdiagnosed as bipolar. One of those things that you're not supposed to be diagnosed with any new mental health illnesses unless you're like a year clean. But I lied to them and was lying to everybody and telling them I didn't have a drug addiction. So my dad passed away 3 days before my birthday in 2019. I was high at his funeral, falling asleep in the front row with my mom. And I got the opportunity to hold my dad's hand when he passed away. But then the guilt and shame came from not being there for him, for not being there for my mom, for not being a better daughter, a better person, better mom. And in this May 14th, 2019, I said, all right, God, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But I overdosed myself on the way to the hospital. And I was Narcan, and they saved my life. Unfortunately, I was awake for it, but, it helped me remember where I didn't want to be. And I spent the next several days puking every 15 minutes. Like clockwork. I was in an adult diaper, and I wanted to remember every minute of it because I didn't want to do it again. Because I knew that when I didn't remember, I would go back to it. And I went to rehab at the VA. I did a 90-day program in 30 days. When I want to do something, I don't do it halfway, especially when I've asked God to help me do it. I'm all in. And the one thing that I asked God when I was in rehab, sorry. I asked, if he got me through it, I asked him to let me share my testimony to help other people that are in the same situation as me. Because at this point in rehab, I'm facing losing my kids permanently. I am facing homelessness because I don't have an income. I took a year off of work so that I wouldn't get in trouble. That didn't work. And I knew that when I got out of rehab, which once I did, I had a huge pile of shenanigans that I needed to get out of or work my way out of. And by shenanigans, I mean consequences for my sin. Because yes, God loves me, and yes, he is so merciful and faithful, but I also have consequences because he is a good father and he disciplines those he loves. Mm-hmm. And so I had to deal with those consequences, and there was a lot of them.
Are you looking to apply God's truth in a practical way to your everyday life? Stay in the Fight is a weekday devotional written by Sasso Mendez. This short 3-minute read looks at a verse of scripture and applies it to life in a very real and transparent way. Sasso's blog-style writing is humorous, relatable, and a great way to align your thoughts with God's Word. Visit stayinthefight.online and subscribe to get notified by email when it releases each weekday. Stay in the Fight is a great way to keep God in your focus, and it's easy to share with others. That's stayinthefight.online.
And at one point in 2020, I was facing severance. My first ex-husband was filing for severance of my rights. Okay, I might cry during this time, and it's not crying because I'm sad, but crying because God is so good and faithful. So February 10th of 2020, which is actually my birthday, I tried to kill myself because I didn't think I could do it anymore. And I took 90 lithium, 60 Suboxone, and all the propanol I had in my house. And I drank alcohol with it because I wanted it to work. And I said goodbye to my brother who lives in New York. And he saved my life because he called my mom and told her that she needed to either come over to my house or call 911 or whatever. And that saved my life. I woke up in the ICU 4 days later. And I almost died. I had to have multiple rounds of dialysis. My lithium level was over 6. I had been saving up the meds because the VA kept sending them to me, and I wasn't bipolar, and they'd send me 3 months worth of lithium. So as soon as I got that, that's when I took it all. And I had a guy from the VA come. This guy didn't know me from Adam, and he's like, you know what? What is wrong with you? I said, what do you mean what's wrong with me? He's like, you only get one shot at this life. Like, what are you doing? You still have your kids. You keep pulling stunts like this, you're not going to have them. And it was at that point that I realized, oh, yeah, I'm still messing up. It may not be the same mess ups, but I'm still messing up. And my ex would tell me, people don't get off those drugs. Yeah, you're doing okay right now, but you're never going to get off of it. Multiple times he told me that. Family court said that I could work my relationship back with my kids. My son, my oldest son, he agreed to do therapy with me. My oldest daughter did not want to. She wanted nothing to do with me at the time, and she actually wrote a letter to the judge that I read. And it was heartbreaking, but it was honest, and I appreciated that, and I wasn't mad at her at all. It opened my eyes to how, like, I had made her feel. And I kept doing the next right thing, asking God to guide my steps. And I was still holding on to smoking at this point, too. But I told God I could do one thing at a time because I was so overwhelmed. Told my mom that, too. She was harping on me for a long time about smoking. But I was at therapy with my son, and it was the week of the severance, and the therapist was like, okay, so I'll see you on Thursday. I said, no, that's the day of the severance. She goes, okay, I'll see you Thursday. I said, no, I have court. He dropped the severance the week of it. because I was doing the right thing and I was doing the therapy that I needed to do, and I was, God was doing it. It wasn't me. Tell you what, if it was me, I'd be back using again. But my daughter wanted nothing to do with it. She wanted to be adopted by her stepmom. And God was there, and God held me when I made the decision, after lots of therapy and prayer, to voluntarily sign my rights away, because that was what she needed. So for the first time in my life, I made a truly selfless decision for somebody else. And it was the hardest decision I ever had to make. But God held me when I was sobbing, when I was signing those papers, thinking I was never going to have a relationship with her again. But God has mended the relationship with all my children.
Amen.
And she approached me. And we have a great relationship. In fact, I've been able to help her through a situation that she went through that was much like mine. But I wouldn't have been able to do that had I not followed what God wanted me to, and give her that freedom that she needed, from feeling like she would have to live with me if her dad died. And I went through 3 years of the program with the Board of Nursing. I was drug testing. It felt like I was drug testing every other day. But I kept doing it. In fact, I was testing more frequently than I had to, because I wanted to prove that I was doing the right thing and I wasn't going to use again. And God has just really blessed my life. And he's always been there. And I have had major, 1, 2, 3 or 4 major surgeries in the last 2 years. And I made sure that I was at my mom's house, and she'd had my meds, and I said, okay, you need to hide them from me. Make sure I can't find them. Not because I thought I was going to start taking them too much, but because I didn't want to tempt myself. And I just kept feeling like God was like, you still have stuff you need to give me. God has freed me from sexual immorality. He has freed me from smoking. He freed me from smoking cold turkey, because I was like, I tried for the better part of 10 years to quit. And I finally just fell on my face and said, God, I need you to take this from me, because I can't do it. And then I found 2 cigarettes in my backpack. I said, oh no. And I smashed them up and I threw them away. And I am more happy today. And I feel like I belong. I don't have that feeling of like I'm missing out on something, or I'm missing a part of me. And I don't need to date. I've been in the Word so much more. And I started doing service work and getting out of myself and helping other people and sharing the gospel with other people, sharing my testimony with other people. And it's been amazing just to see how God works, and how, looking back, how many times he truly saved my life. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, going back to when I was 18, or the adoption paperwork. I was allowed to get it when I was 18, but I snuck through my dad's drawer when I was doing chores one day. And my parents warned me that I probably wouldn't be a good thing if I found my adopted family. I'm the oldest of 5 girls on both sides, and I have a relationship with one. And the other ones, they just fell away.
So your mom, did you ever contact your biological mom, or?
Yeah. And they did I met my biological father and a biological half sister. And that was that for that. They fell off everything. They don't talk to me. We were friends on Facebook for a while, and I was like, not worth it. I am still friends with 2 half sisters and my biological mother on Facebook, but biological mom doesn't talk to me. Wow. She is homeless though in Texas, so it would have been, had I not been adopted out, I probably would not have survived past 18.
Wow.
So they're living a lifestyle like pretty much how you were living at one point.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But she's in a tent on the street.
Wow.
And the only reason I wasn't homeless was because my parents helped me out.
Wow.
And I just feel like the people we interview, how God throws out lifelines, even in our greatest trials and adversity. And even when you were just 2 years old, to have you adopted, knowing that he had plans for your life. And we don't always go the straight way right to the path he has for us.
Yeah.
But I think that's the beauty of Christianity, of being born again, is that God, just the moment that he got off the cross and he was resurrected, he not got off the cross, but he was buried, raised again, that he sought out Peter, the very man that betrayed him.
Right.
There was no grudges. He welcomed him back. And that's one of the greatest stories ever told, is a prodigal son, because that's what we are. Yeah. The moment we leave, we feel like, well, God's left me, or God doesn't want a relationship with me. And he's like, I've never left. I've been here the whole time waiting for you to come back. Yeah. And I'll treat you there's consequences, right? Because that's what we look at love, like love is, I love you. But sometimes love is a spanking, right? Sometimes love is, don't do that again. Like he would break the lamb's leg and he would put them on their shoulders so they would grow close, and then the lamb would heal, and then they would, there was a growth process of, being broken to be, made whole again in him. So, wow, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, and I think of adoption, and we've had an episode about adoption, and it was a brother from church that was adopted. But I think of, I mean, obviously, I don't know what it's like to be adopted. I was, I'm biological parents.
My sister says I am, but I don't think that's true.
But I think of the fact that we are adopted into God's family, but it's by choice, and which makes it almost all the more special, because they made the choice. God made the choice. Jesus made the choice to adopt me into his family. Your parents made that choice to adopt you. And I think that's just, there's something special about that adoption, when we can call God Abba Father. Mm-hmm. And it's just, it's an amazing thought when you think of it. Because, I think of the things I've done in my life, and a lot of things I'm not proud of, and sin I've engaged in, but he still loves me. And it's mind blowing, because we're conditional people. That's just how we are. We're conditional, but he's unconditional. He has this love that's perfect, and I don't quite understand, but it's amazing.
When kids used to make fun of me for being adopted, my comeback was, your parents got stuck with you. My parents picked me.
Exactly right. Exactly, 100%.
And to think that Jesus died on the cross for my sins. He picked me knowing that I was going to do all of these things. Wow. And he still said, I love you, and I choose you. And I chose him, and I'm adopted twice. So
I know you said you were brought up in church, and mm-hmm. basically when the doors were open, you were there. But do you remember a time when you put your trust in the Lord? The moment of salvation. Do you remember?
First time, 4 years old. We were in our old house in Modesto.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the address, but I still remember the address. I was sitting behind this old, 80s. I was actually on my knees, bent forward, with my hands and face on the ground. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time. I was 4, and I distinctly remember that. I don't have any memories other than that, at that young of an age. And then multiple times in middle school, I re-asked Jesus into my heart just in case it didn't stick the first time.
Right.
Or second time, yes.
Right.
I can kind of relate to that. I was 5 years old, and so when you get into sin and stuff, when you get into high school, and you doubt,
yeah.
And we were in this crazy windy road going up to camp, and we took the wrong road, and it was one lane each way, and there's crosses littering this highway. It was sketch to be to say the least. And I was just praying, because I was driving, and all the kids were like, "We're gonna die." Teenagers have no tact whatsoever. And I'm like, you keep talking, that's going to come sooner than later. And I just feel like it's so weird when I got back, I was so thankful that God got us through that. And I feel like at that time he gave me clarity to say, yeah, you were saved when you were 5 years old. And just that conviction that comes when you do wrong. And sometimes you go through periods where you're sinning and you feel nothing. And then there's other times when you're like, wow, I've gone really far. further than I ever thought I ever would. Like, I can't believe I'm in this. And he brings the thought to your mind, like, hey, what are you doing? Like, you're still my child, and, come back. So just a powerful testimony. I've never heard it before. And I know you started coming to Freedom that last. At the times when we didn't have it, and we have it 52 times a year. And the first time you came, there was a women's conference, and I know I took you over there, and you saw all these women, and you're like,
way too intimidating.
Yeah, not
all
gonna
these
happen.
smiling women who like had their arms open, wanting to hug. That was scary.
That's all right. My wife's similar. She's like, sees a bunch of women. She's like, I'm good.
I'm not a hugger,
No.
My Ben knows that. I'm working on it.
I'm a hugger. That's just me. But
So is Tony. He hugs everybody at Freedom to Last.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Not me.
No shame.
I have the resting scary face, so like I think I scare away people from hugging me, except Rebecca. She don't care.
No, she hugs everybody. Like, she has a compassionate heart.
Yeah.
Like, she truly, she loved me, so just loves people.
She says you have mean face.
Yeah, she says I have a mean face, which is a nice way to say you're ugly. She's like, you just have a mean face. Your face is mean. I'm like, just like you go to the park to pass out tracks and like, you don't want no trouble. I'm like, I don't want trouble either. I'm just trying to bite you to freedom at last.
Just want to give you water, bro.
I want to give you water and a track. That's it. Well, thank you for sharing and being vulnerable. And I think there's a brother that came to Freedom at Last a year ago that is battling addiction, and it was alcohol, and now it's turned into a meth addiction. Yeah. And that's kind of what he says. Like, I know I need to stop, and I'm ready to come on Friday, and then I give in, and then I don't feel like I'm right to come. And
and that's the thing, right? I mean, you don't clean yourself up before you jump in the shower. I mean, you come as you are. I mean, you have to, because there's no other way. You're not going to clean yourself up. You can't clean yourself up.
You need God's help.
It's
God's
impossible.
divine help.
It's impossible to clean yourself up.
We can't.
Yeah.
And His strength is made perfect in our weakness. And those are the times when I came naked and dirty and gross before God and just fell on my face and begged Him to free these addictions from me. That was when his work was, I can't think the words, but that's when He really, really helped me out.
Well, it's that humility, right? You're humbled, right? You come in humility, and I think that's plays off that verse.
God gives grace to the humble.
That, and I can do all things through Christ, because He's talking about being humble. He knows how to be abundant and not but it's that humility, and that's how you have strength, because you come to the Lord humbly, and He gives you that strength. It's not done in your own power, and that verse is misconstrued wildly through,
like Tim Tebow.
Through sports. It's written.
I threw a 60-yard spiral.
Yeah.
That's not what
I'll never do that. I won't even try.
No. But he gives you strength abundantly, not physically but spiritually.
When I think of that verse, I think
emotionally.
He gives us things abundantly to do right.
Yeah.
Right. That He gives us the strength to do what He's called us to do. That even though we live in this world where there's temptation everywhere, it's not beyond His help, His divine help to help us, like we learned in Freedom the last couple weeks ago. Divine help to help us. Like, I'll give you whatever you need to. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Where sin did abound, grace did much more abound.
Yeah.
I'm giving you that grace that exceeds the sin level. Just put your feet down and trust in me. And I think so many times we flail, and I'll tell you this story because I like to tell stories, but we were at Golfland back in the day, and I wasn't a great swimmer, but I could swim. And we came down the slides, and my buddy was drowning, and I was like, he was really like he was going under, and I just got so mad at him. I'm like, stand up. And so he stood up, and he's like coughing everywhere, and I didn't realize it wasn't that deep. I'm like, you're an idiot. He's like, I could have died. And I said, well, then stand up. Like, what's wrong with you? And many times that's where, like this picture we have here, that God's reaching out to us, and we're trying to do it on our own, and we're failing. And He just says, just come unto me, right? All you that labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Just powerful verses, and I'm just so grateful that He is a loving God and that He's restored you.
I love what you said about do the next right thing. I love that because it's that life of obedience, and it's it's one step at a time. And God, the Word says that God blesses you with new mercies every morning. And he has that a grace that's abounding, but it's that next step, that next right step. What's next? The next right step, because it can be overwhelming sometimes, trying to have it all together. And I know when I first started going to the church, and I looked at all these people, and they're dressed really nice, they have really nice smiles, just a bunch of pretty people. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm the only sinner in this room. Like, and I'm not kidding. That's literally what I was thinking. I was like, man, I'm this like dirty sinner, and look at all these nice people. And you soon find out that, they're just as dirty as you are. But, yeah.
Dirtier.
Thank God.
Yeah. So, but it's just that those new mercies every day that God meets you with. And it's amazing how he does that. He meets you right where you are. You just have to come humbly to him. You just surrender to him. And that's all it is.
And the Lord looks at the heart. Thank God.
Amen, right?
Yep.
Well, it also says
people judge our outside.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Sorry about the face. That's what you gave me. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. So
That's right.
Don't blame me.
Praise the Lord.
I had nothing to do with this.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
any parting? Go ahead, Ben. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Any parting wisdom? If there's somebody out there, if you could talk to yourself, looking back and say, give yourself some wisdom when you were, 18, 17, what would be like? What would you say? What would you tell yourself?
God works all things together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose, and to not give up, because God doesn't give up on you, and that you are worth it. You are unique, and you do only get one shot at this life. And God's going to be there for you no matter what. You just turn to him and you follow after him, and you can get through it. It's going to be hard. Yep. It's going to be very hard at times.
Yeah.
And that's okay. He promises that we're going to have tribulation.
Yeah.
But he also promises that if he's going to give us a way of escape, like when we are tempted.
Right. Amen. Amen.
It's but for a short moment, right?
Yeah.
Compared
Yep.
to eternity.
100%.
This too shall pass.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
I'm already going to be 50. I'm not fast.
I'm not quite there yet.
I'm trailing.
It's mid 70s over here.
Yeah, mid 70s over here. Sorry.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you coming on the show, Kristi, and sharing that. That was pretty heavy, but I really think that God's going to use this to,
Amen.
To reach somebody that's maybe having some similar experiences that you are,
Ready to give up,
and to give hope, because that's really what it comes down to. I've talked about this on the show before. I had a business partner fell into alcoholism, and without going into the whole story, he ended up committing suicide because he lost that hope, and it's so sad. But I hope that this podcast episode will help somebody that's out there, or if you're listening and you know somebody that's dealing with some of these types of issues and just feeling hopeless, like share this message with them. That's kind of the whole reason we're doing this podcast. It's the purpose of it. We're definitely not in it for the money, because we're definitely not Joe Rogan, but please share it out there. And thank you.
Thank
so
you for
much.
having me. I appreciate
Thank you.
coming.
And thank you, everybody. Please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Abundant Life Podcast. We pray you were blessed by today's episode. Please visit us online at abundantlife.fm. Until next time, may God bless you.